Jay's right there getting his hands wrapped. He didn't say nothing. But to be honest, that's how much he knows about boxing. Hell, he could have put a cast up in there. He wouldn't have known. And now that's a bit of a damning indictment.
Asylum Blue, baby.
Yo guys, it's boy the Purist and we're here to talk boxing. I'm back with Jordan Dujon.
Hi, how you doing?
And I'm a bit upset, bro.
Why are you upset?
I got beat up on Monday.
On his birthday, he asked for a sparring session. He says he wants to get hurt. I was like, bro, it's your birthday. Just chill, man.
And he beat me to an inch of my life. But yeah, it was all good. It was fun. My legs still hurt, you know.
Yeah, I can see it, man. I can see it.
All right, let's get straight into it. Gonna start with Deontay Wilder. His former coach, Mark Breland, has come out on The Fight Is Right with Spencer Fearon and the other guy. And they were talking about Deontay Wilder and their whole situation. Let me read a couple of the quotes that Mark Breland said. You can tell there's a lot of pent-up anger. He said, his career is done now, so I'm done. He's done. I'm done with him. When I talk about the spiked water, he said, spike the water. If you're looking at the tapes or whatever, you don't ever see the water in my hand. Someone else is giving him the water. Well, obviously, that's just addressing the comment. Obviously, most people didn't believe that. When talking about whether Fury had stuff in his hands, he said Jay Diaz was standing right there when the man was getting his hand wrapped. If they put something in there, either Jay Diaz is blind or he's cheating with him, basically, is what you're trying to say. Jay's right there getting his hands wrapped. He didn't say nothing. But to be honest, that's how much he knows about boxing. Hell, he could have put a cast up in there. He wouldn't have known. And now that's a bit of a damning indictment. Clearly, I think Jay Diaz, he was a bit of an amateur coach. Obviously, he never had any great fighters. Obviously, he was Wilder's guy. Mark Breland was the only known boxing commodity in the camp. And he's pretty much saying that guy doesn't know anything about boxing. What do you make of Wilder keeping Jay Diaz and letting go of Mark Breland? Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. And to be honest with you, I mean, his comments, they are harsh, but you know what, in comparison to what Deontay Wilder has accused him of, I mean, it's nothing in comparison. I think, to be honest with you, he's still being quite respectful. He's addressing the points of the accusations. As far as his comment about Wilder having all the power and basically no technique, I mean, that's something that we've all known for years. And yeah, it just goes to show that being a one-trick pony in the sport, it can only take you so far.
He also had a few more comments. I don't even know what to get into first. He went in a lot, bro. He said, if I boxed the guys he boxed, I could beat them.
Who Deontay Wilder's boxed?
Yeah. And obviously Spencer Fearon's like, oh, he has a few good wins. And Mark Breland stopped him. No. He has one good win over an old man in Ortiz.
Yeah. Which he was losing both the fights before he pulled out the equalizer.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And literally just that right hand.
No, but it's true. I mean, to be honest with you, that's why Wilder's not as big as in America as he should be, because he was just fighting bums pretty much.
Yeah, pretty
up till the 50-50 fight with Ortiz, which he's come through twice. And then had he got through Fury, that would have been his defining fight. But to be a professional, a world champion for so many years and not have that stand-up fight, I mean, I think it just goes to show what the state of the heavyweight scene was in, really.
And I remember before on Instagram, I used to take the piss out of Wilder a lot, and I've calmed down these days since it's lost, innit? But I used to always tell my fans, if you can send me one video, Deontay Wilder jumping rope, I'll give you a $5, innit? Someone sent a 2-second clip. It was literally, that's the only thing on the internet of Deontay Wilder jumping rope.
You know what it is, truthfully, I think with them heavyweights, I mean, I don't think they tend to be active like that with a skipping rope. Obviously, Andy Joshua doing it. I think I've seen Fury do it. Yeah. But a lot of them avoid the running. They avoid skipping.
Do you know what else Wilder avoids? He said, this according to Mark Breland, obviously been in the camp for a long time. He never hit the bag. He never hit the speed bag. He don't jump rope. He don't hit the speed bag. He don't even hit the heavy bag.
What? Then what's he doing? Literally, what else is there? I see that drill with his workout where he's spinning around and punching the pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not hitting the speed bag, not hitting the heavy bag, what else is there?
I've seen him hit the heavy bag once when he broke his right hand and he's literally just working on the left. So I was hitting the back.
You know what he's doing in the gym? He's fighting that what's his name? That Charlie Charlie, you know the troll guy who goes around to all the gyms.
Charlie Zelenoff.
Yeah. That's his training sessions. Just beating up trolls. Yeah.
But it does make sense when he says. The thing is, yeah. If you were to say that about any other boxer, you'd be like, oh, he's talking shit.
Yeah,
but
of course. It's like Eubank when he says that he's trained himself for all these years.
Yeah.
Now, fair enough, you can be in a gym, and don't get me wrong, 9 times out of 10 you are just ticking along, but you're being taught something from someone. You're not just learning by yourself everything. But yeah.
But when you look at Wilder's boxing skills, you pretty much say, yeah, he probably don't do all them things.
Well, my man's 40. No, I don't even know what his record is at the minute, but it's in the 40s plus. He can't even stop a jab. Like, that's just embarrassing. Any punches that comes towards him, he's fully extending his arms, trying to get out the way. No, like, just tuck up, ride the shot, slip. I didn't even see him slip a punch.
No.
So it's just like, basically, like, what else is there? Like, he actually can't do anything defensively, ability-wise. It's crazy. No footwork, no nothing. Like, and then when the man's attacking him, he just folds. I mean, I don't know if you see the Dominic Brazil fight before he slumped him, he actually got rocked. Yeah. That's why he started backing up, and that's because he had no defense.
I remember before we were saying for him to go against the Fury fight, he'll have to make certain adjustments, especially to his training, and learn these certain little things. But the way he's training, he will never learn those little things.
No. You know what it is? I think when you get that, I think there's a point in fighters' careers when you've built that fear factor and that aura of just like, I call it the Mike Tyson like menacing aura in it. So literally, people just fear you. He's always gonna have that respect, and like people are just gonna be fearful, and then that's more likely for him to get off what he wants to do in the ring, just because they're cautious of that power. But the second a man stood in front of him, was just like, you know what? Nah, I know what's coming. I'm gonna ride the shots, slip the shots, feint you, bait you. Like literally, like he had no answers, which is mad. But who has he fought? He hasn't fought anyone. Tyson Fury, and he lost by fight. Yeah. And what about Luis Ortiz? Is that guy actually credible?
He is.
He is.
Obviously, he was old, but at the same time, there's a reason why they were so far behind on points. Like, he was losing pretty much every round, and then he had to knock him out.
But who has Luis Ortiz fought in the last 5 years in the heavyweight boxing?
He beat Brian Jennings, which is I think his best win so far, and other than that, no one.
But the thing is, I think again, the heavyweight scene, who really was out there that you could say, you know what, yeah, he needs to fight him. I think before Joshua and when Fury was out the scene, there wasn't really anyone out there.
I think that's the only top 5 heavyweight on his record.
I mean,
Povetkin failed a drug test before he could fight Wilder.
Yeah. He's probably failing a drug test now. Oh dear. You gonna say it was in his coronavirus vaccine was contaminated.
But it's a sad case because I always compare Wilder and Inoue. Yeah, Inoue, his daddy taught him the fundamentals from a young age: the jab, check left hook, work on your right hand, work on your slips, work on your body shots, work on everything else. And once you have all of that, you can. It's like Wilder throwing that right hand at 70%. Yeah, it's harder than exactly. It's harder than most guys at 110%. So all you have to do is learn how to set up, learn how to land it. I remember watching Klitschko versus David Haye. Yeah, I remember watching it back. Every round, Klitschko lands 2 big right hands, and that's how he won the round. Not even necessarily like knockout right hands, but he just lands them clean, and you're like, okay, you've seen that punch. If Wilder learned how to land 2 right hands every round, bro, he'll be undefeated.
Yeah, it's madness. But again, it's because he doesn't use a jab. He doesn't use no feints. If you just compare him be Tyson Fury in that fight, literally every other second Tyson Fury was faking him, baiting him, seeing a reaction, and then firing off. With Wilder, he's just like, yeah, I'm coming, boom.
It's mad because I always said, if you take away that right hand and you watch that fight, those two did not deserve to be in the ring together.
No, it was like a professional v an amateur.
Yeah, we never
not even amateur, like someone who's just novice, like 3-0.
Yeah, novice.
This guy's an Olympian. That's what people forget. Like, he's an Olympian. Like, how can you be an Olympian boxer representing the USA and you can't defend, slip? It's madness.
But the guy was only boxing for a year and a half. Like, what can you learn in a year and a half?
Bro, I'm telling you, the first year of my amateurs, I mean, I done 2 years as an amateur. My first year I had 4 fights. The second year I had the other 16. Bro, I'm telling you, that first year, I learnt so much, which just catapulted me for my second year. His first year, he hasn't learned in his whole 12 years span. So he's just like,
Just that, literally, if it weren't for that right hand there, he would have had nothing. That's the point, isn't it? There's other fighters with power. Even if Mike Tyson didn't have that crazy power, he still would have
he was an educated fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally slipping punches, faking people, changing the angles. My man's got all the athletic ability at the heavyweight scene. Most guys, they can't move the way that Deontay Wilder moves just because he's got that athleticism from basketball and that he used to do. He doesn't even utilize it. I mean, the only time I've ever seen him do like an angle change is when he hit Stavern and then Stavern was hurt and he ran and just jumped to the side and slapped him. But yeah,
he punched him and it slapped him.
He slapped him. Oh, yeah, no, it's just crazy. I just can't believe. I mean, and again, it just goes to show that the state that the heavyweight scene was in prior to the upcoming champions, there was no one out there. There was literally no one out there. And then this whole fight with him and what's his name, Charles Martin.
Apparently, it's not going to happen anymore.
Oh, it's not.
That's what they wanted.
To be honest with you, I'd fear for Charles Martin's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because to be honest with you, from the time that you get him with Anthony Joshua and you're this is an up and coming prospect. You're a world champion, whether it was vacated and it was a free title when you've gone in there and beat the man. You were scared that someone coming up that was like 10-0, 13-0. Now you want to fight someone with 40 fights, 39 knockouts.
Big power.
He's going to be going in there shaking. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd done that thing that the other fighter against, well, not Francis Ngannou, a Jagboy. When the guy just looks across the ring and just walks straight up. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Nah, I don't know. For Wilder in his career at this point, I think he came to the sport to make money for his daughter.
And he's done that. He set his family up for life.
Become a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
I think all that's left now just have some money fights. Fight Andy Ruiz, Charles Martin, build your confidence up. Fight someone like Andy Ruiz. There's Dylan White fight will always be there for you. You just got.
Listen, don't get me wrong. Listen, you have to respect the man. He's been a world champion for years, and to many people, they go the whole career having all the technical ability in the world, and they still can't win a world title. So literally, like, you always respect him for that. And again, he come in for sport to provide for his daughter and his family. That's what he's done. He's achieved that dream. But I think now he can't be talking about being the king and returning to the jungle, whatever he's saying in these interviews. To me, he's got to go out. I think right now he's at an age where no matter what you teach him, he's always going to naturally resort back to what he's second nature. And that's just throwing a right hand to just get him out of trouble. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people with that big punches. They don't know how to box. So literally, as soon as they realise the man's not moving out the way because they're scared of his power, they just fold. They don't know what to do. And I find a lot of big punches, they're chinny. They're chinny as hell. And I don't know why that is.
I think it's all that energy they use up throwing the punches and...
Yeah, maybe they're breathing too heavily and the oxygen's out the body. I don't know, but...
You could look at that heavyweight UFC, bro. Like, the amount of knockouts in that, bro. Like, it's either you knock out or you get knocked out unless you're a wrestler. So, like, that's probably because they just get very tired, bro.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know what the science is behind it. Maybe it's...
They're all quite unfit.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's down to your fitness, but I think no, sometimes it's just the general weight is enough to just shake your brain. It's like, oh my God, yeah, I'm going out.
Enough punches, isn't it? Like, like, if you look like heavyweight, like Alistair Overeem, like the guy either knocks out a person or he gets knocked out.
Yeah. See, that's the thing with heavyweights. So obviously, because their fitness is so big, because the lactic acid is building up, naturally, anything of power is literally going to be like double the effect because you're already out of breath. Yeah. That's why a lot of the smaller weights, they can just hit each other all day long because they just got so much energy.
And still in the fight, they're still hitting it the hardest they can. But at heavyweight, bro, like, they just get so
You can't do it. That's
why it's the most entertaining, like...
Sport in the world, yeah. Or weight class. Yeah.
It's a different sport. Them low weight classes compared to heavyweights are completely different.
It is. And again, you see that the technical ability completely changes.
Yeah.
You see a lot of the lighter guys, their technical ability, you'd be like, oh my God. Like, imagine a heavyweight moving like, I was going to say Lomachenko, but then you're going to get someone to say Usyk, but Usyk doesn't move like Lomachenko.
Not like that. But at the same time, those lower weights, they have more technical ability to a degree, but they get hit way more. So are you really that much more technical? You know what I mean? Because with the heavyweights, you don't have that margin for error. You get hit once, it's over. These lower weight classes, they'll do all them nice things, get hit, but you're like, oh, he only got hit once.
Okay.
If that was a heavyweight, he got hit once. It's over.
But at the same time, I mean, it's all relative, isn't it? Because at the smaller weight classes, their opponents throw more punches. With the heavyweights, they throw 1, 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Three is a big push because they know straight away they got to cover up because anything that comes back, that's potentially a knockout blow. So although that they do get hit more, I think when you start comparing the amount thrown to the amount hit,
yeah,
balances out.
Yeah, because those are lower weight classes that get that. Innit?
Yeah.
Ain't no one in like over 200 pounds doing like what Max Holloway did and throw like 500 punches in like
Nah. Maybe Ruiz without the Snickers.
Yeah, but without the Snickers, he'd be like a 130, 140, no, not 130, but like a 170, 190, 180, right? He wouldn't be 200. He wouldn't be 260.
Nah.
I think. Well, again, it depends because if he trains the muscle, you might have a Mike Tyson figure.
He's fat, boy.
He is fat.
Yeah, it's fat.
He is fat.
And big, innit?
Trust me, I used to be fat, bro. You lose that weight quick. You start going from.
But that thing is, what is he? He's like what, 17, 16 stone? No, he's
He
Ruiz.
weighs more than Anthony Joshua, and he's like 6'1" and no.
So that means he's probably around 19 stone then, yeah? 19 stone. If he comes down to anywhere near Wilder's weight, which is 15, 16 stone, bro, he could be a problem. Because obviously he's already got the punch output.
the technique, to be
Technique, ring IQ, defense, everything's there.
and his feet are so slow. So if he lost all that weight, he just quicken his
Right,
feet.
exactly. You'll be coming doing all the angles that Mike Tyson used to do, the slip roll. But
It's
again,
harder for him to take punches though.
yeah. I think his body will obviously feel a lot more. He ain't got that cushion.
But then that's why it becomes why doesn't he just drop down to another weight class?
Cruiserweight, yeah, he'll be a problem at cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And those guys are about his height. Anyway.
What's the other weight class that's just been put up there?
I don't talk about it on the Purist platform. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Literally, I'm not mentioning that ever.
Oh, yeah.
Until it becomes an official thing. Of course, all weight class.
That's
Nah,
crazy, yeah.
forget that. But yeah, let's move on to probably my favorite topic of all time: Floyd Mayweather versus 50 Cent.
You know what, yeah? I've wanted this to happen for years. Like, as an exhibition, I find it so funny because obviously there's no better trolls. 50 Cent is the troll. Like,
The press conferences will be crazy.
That'll be mad. And obviously Mayweather saying that he doesn't care about weight classes and stuff.
Yeah.
50 Cent, I heard that he can box. I don't know how good of a boxer he is, but I heard that he can half handle himself.
Even though 50's big, I don't think he's that much taller than Floyd. I always remember 50
No,
Cent
no.
being short.
No, 50 Cent's not at all. He's like probably 5'10" and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not at all. But obviously, he's gonna have a wide back. I think that he's not gonna be in the same shape he was when he put out
In the club.
yeah, in the club, but he's still gonna be active. But obviously, you still expect Floyd's technique to just completely out.
Apparently 6 foot.
But even that, so
Yeah.
what? Floyd's 5'9". Floyd's so we're talking about 3 inches now. 3 inches in height difference. Their arm reach is not gonna be that much different. Floyd's used to fighting people taller than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mad. I think 50 said that Floyd wouldn't fight him. And Floyd said, yeah, let's go. But it always makes me back to when there was beef and then 50 Cent kept telling him to read.
Yeah. Read a 1 page of Harry Potter book.
This is a special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read 1 full page of a Harry Potter book, nigga, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket of ice, man.
yeah,
no.
that's the one.
Then he slipped on his ass.
Oh, those guys are too funny. Yeah, just a press conference alone will be mad. What do you think of Floyd saying he wants to do about 4 or 5 exhibitions this year?
You know what? To be honest with you, I'm on the fence of. I think it's actually tarnishing the reputation of sport. I mean, I think with the YouTube boxing, like YouTubers fighting YouTubers, I was all for that because it was actually bringing eyes on the sport. But when the YouTubers start calling out legends in the sport for a payday, and then the fact that that legend's happy to entertain that, I just think that's madness. Because realistically, Jake Paul or Logan Paul fighting a Mayweather who's actually in camp, like he shouldn't have the right to be in the room with a man. But obviously, it all comes down to the money. So obviously, if the money's generating X amount, put them together. But I think it's sad because it's not like Floyd's in need of the money. If he had a, let's just say, a Mike Tyson scenario where Al Heyman went and took all of his money and he was left in a financial situation, you know what? Do it to get yourself out of trouble. But my guy, he has a lot of money. Like, he had a lot of money. He's made best part of £500 million or £1 billion pounds in boxing. So
my thing is
crazy.
this though: if he goes in there and he just flattens Jake Paul or whichever one he's fighting, it will teach his fans and everyone out there just to know, okay, this thing is not a joke here, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's true. But at the same time, they're relying on their 20 pounds heavier to be the difference. Now, I don't think Logan Paul's a problem at all. Jake Paul, he can actually fight. Not to the point of an actual professional boxer, but he only takes one punch in boxing.
I reckon you and him would be a good fight still.
Bro, listen, Jake Paul, listen, I'll take that all day. Oh, man. Oh, my God, yeah. Who did he fight last time? Nate Diaz? Not the... Oh, there is a chance.
The guy, I think, actually actively wants to be a boxer for time.
No,
He actually wants to be a pro, yeah.
he wants to be a pro, but he actively wants to fight people he know he can beat.
Oh yeah, as well. He's smart.
Yeah. He's doing a Mayweather route. Cherry picking.
Nah,
But yeah, no, I listen, Jake Paul, listen. I'm here. I'll take that all day long. But yeah, I think the Logan Paul, Jake Paul and Mayweather is more interesting than the Logan Paul one. I mean, Logan Paul, he got boxed around the ring from
like
KSI.
innit? Yeah, that's it.
Jake Paul, at least he's making half decent spectacles. I mean, against people that can't hold their guard up and get knocked out, but he has been smart. And you know what? I think he's gonna stop this. Is it a UFC fight he's fighting?
Yeah, Ben Askren.
Yeah, again. The thing is, you know what it is with a lot of the UFC fighters? If you put them in any one of their trained sports, I don't think they reach anywhere near the top 10. Obviously, their thing is knowing a little bit of everything to get by.
The UFC, bro, is different. Boxing is a sweet science.
That's a gladiator sport. I mean, don't get me wrong. Listen, I would not be a UFC fighter, but I'd fight McGregor tomorrow. I would. I'll take him.
Yeah, because even the top boxers MMA, they couldn't never unbox.
They would never reach.
I think there's maybe a couple of them.
Nah.
I don't even think they.
There's not even a couple.
Not even like a Dustin Poirier.
No.
I don't think he wins.
No, he wouldn't hit top levels, but he would be like national level, bro.
No, I don't think he wins a British title.
British right now, I'd say British right now is like the highest level of boxing right now in the world. Especially if you look at like throughout divisions, we have so many world champs. But he, like, I don't know, if in America there'd be like college, like let's say like imagine, let's say like an NFL kind of style system where you have the NFL and then underneath college, high school. Like a lot of the boxers would get to that, like would be solid college.
So basically, you're saying there'll be Southern area champions.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
No, it's not.
But yeah, it's a sweet science, isn't it? They're like, you're dedicating your life to one style. They're dedicating their life to 4 or 5 different styles. You're training 8 sessions, 12 sessions a week of one style. That's over a year compared.
Okay. So, I mean, a lot of these guys, they would have been training in one thing. Then they gradually progress on to the next. They would have accumulated 3-4 years in one sport, progressing.
By the time they get to the UFC, though, like the UFC is the elite of the elite. Like they've had to be disciplined. Either they're the elite in a discipline, right, and then started mastering other disciplines.
I think you're both right though, isn't it? Because they haven't been training that one thing. Obviously, their skills are gonna peter off, and that's why they won't ever get to that level, isn't it? Yeah, it's difficult.
But again, I wouldn't want a man in his little hot pants on top of me pounding my face.
Harry Kane scored.
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. Josh Warrington has vacated his IBF title and will not fight Kid Galahad. He's looking
Sad.
You think so?
That's sad. Other than, what's the reason?
He was meant to have a unification.
Yeah.
And they get paid. Kid Galahad basically step aside money, said we're gonna fight this guy. And then they've gone back and said, because it's been a year out, we're gonna have a little warm up fight and then we're gonna go straight into the unification after. And Kid Galahad said, nah, fight me first and then do the unification.
Nah, you know what? To me, he's just this whole thing of I've been out the ring or need a warm up fight. It's gonna be a warm up fight against someone that he knows he can beat. So what's the point? I mean, he's going to be having harder sparring sessions.
Ring rust, isn't it?
Listen, ring rust, to me, that's not a thing. Because the only thing it will be is being under the spotlight again and handling that pressure. But he's so far in his career that shouldn't affect him anymore. It's not like it's a new, let's just take football, for example. It's not like a new academy player gets puts in on the first team pitch. Like, he's playing at that level. He's been a professional and world champion.
I'll tell you one thing though. Did you watch the first fight?
No.
That's
Whoa.
why you're saying this. If you watch that first fight, you know. Thank God we don't have to watch the second one. It was that bad. I think one of the worst fights of all time.
Oh, really?
It was very boring. There was
No action?
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
Yes.
Just thank God we're not getting the second fight.
No, but to be honest with you, that's even more reason to go and get it
To make us bored
rectified.
again.
No, not to make us bored. Forget about the fans.
You can't rectify it when the other guy don't want to fight.
Who was the negative one in that?
Because Galahad, that's his style, isn't it? Imagine that Kell Brook style, purely on the back foot, not trying to engage. That's Kid Galahad.
So he needs a warm up fight to deal with someone like that who's negative.
No, he needs a warm up fight to go on the unification against Kanzu, who's a proper fight, like where you got to go to the trenches. And even Warrington's at the stage of his career where he's sort of looking towards the retirement. He's saying, I've won the belt, I've beat you, all I want now is the other belts. So there's literally nothing in there for him.
Yeah. To be honest with you, again, for the unification fight, I think you're better off just diving straight in it. I mean, look at Errol Spence. Man's went and gone in a car crash, almost died.
Yeah.
Come back straight in a world title fight. Again, if he had a warm-up fight, it would have made no difference to the outcome because it's all down to the preparation in camp. If you're having the right sparring sessions, it's as good as a fight without getting the risk of cuts and stuff. It's controlled. But yeah, I mean, fighting someone that you know you can beat, there's no development in that. Just go there, fight for the belt, fight for your legacy, get the payday, wherever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, hey.
But just fighting someone for the sake of fighting them, what's the point? Literally, what's the point?
That's all I'm saying is thank God there's not another fight.
He's not like he's a prospect trying to build his record. Like, he's established. Come on, Spurs.
Who else is there? Jamal Charlo.
Oh, hey, big fight.
Who's he fighting?
Benavidez. No, sorry, not Jamal Charlo. Which wants to fight Banderas?
Yeah, you're right. I think it's Jamal, the older one.
Jamal, okay.
But he's having a little beef with someone right now. Guess who?
Yeah.
His twin brother.
them two are always fighting, man. You know what it is? I've watched their lives when they're going at each other.
Yeah.
They're funny. But you know what it is? It's siblings, isn't it?
Yeah. You ain't got to do it on social media though. Me and my
Nah.
siblings fight all the
Yeah,
time.
no, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. Yeah, I think. But again, when you've got two high personalities, two big egos like that, you're gonna clash. Look at Mayweather and his dad. How many times have you seen a training camp when they're clashing?
I'm gonna post that today actually. That's one of my favorite videos, man.
Because it's healthy, but it's not healthy when you're bringing everyone else into the world.
Exactly.
Into it.
I'm in the UK. I don't need to know about what's two brothers fighting in America. Innit?
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, with them two, they've got each other's back in it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the podcast. Thank you for Jordan for coming in.
Thanks,
Watch
Simon.
out for him fighting late this year. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, wherever you're watching it. Leave a review. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.